This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Shaun Cole, but the real star of today's show is the SimuCube 2 Sport Wheelbase. When these boxes come, it's like Christmas. I get Christmas every month of the year. I am like a little kid every time this happens, and I guess that's why I don't mind doing unboxings live on camera, because it is a lot of fun for me. I mean, I think when you're a hobbyist, regardless, when you get new things, it's the most exciting moments that we get in it sometimes. I mean, of course I want to race, of course I want to win races, but at the same time, I love smelling new gear, touching new gear, getting a first glimpse at new gear, especially now that we're into the world of direct drive wheels and just so many options out there, whether it be wheels, pedals, wheel rims, so many things to choose from, medium, high, low. Every level is covered in the sim racing market, and it's just a very exciting time to be in this industry. And 10 years ago, it was nothing like this. So to have Christmas every month, it never would have happened 10 years ago. So we are here for a very exciting day. This is the unboxing of the SimuCube 2 Sport. SimuCube, if you don't know, these are kind of, the original concept of the direct drive motor kind of dates back to something that we would call the OSW, the Open Source Wheel, I believe. Open Sim Wheel, one of those two. Open Sim Wheel, I believe. And, it was very confusing, and it was for the extreme DIY person, and it was hard to kind of put the right parts together, get all the help you needed to get it up and running, and it's not that it was impossible, it was just difficult. Years go on, and you get a few different companies putting packages together, making it a little bit easier for the end user, supplying software so you're just not constantly digging through forums trying to figure out. One of those companies being SimuCube. With the SimuCube 2 launch earlier this year, I believe, and a whole lineup of wheels, and let's go ahead and check out their website real quick so you know what I'm talking about. They have a variety of ready-to-go wheel combinations. So this one here being the SimuCube 2 Sport, €1,270, which works out to be about $1,400 US in today's market. You get a wheelbase, a power supply. We're going to get into what you get. We'll open it up and we'll go through it together. But you've got that level. What this is 17 Newton meters of power. That's plenty of power by my book. My Bodner, which is too much power by comparison, is 20 and a half and goes for more like $3,000, just to give you a little comparison. Or on the flip side, if you want to think of like the $1,500 Fanatic Podium DD2 wheel, which puts out 23 Newton meters, which is quite a bit, or about $1,300 for the 20 Newton meter variation in the DD1. So, first one is spit on the tip. JPEG in corner says Tofish. I'm not sure what you mean there, buddy, right now on the fly. I don't. Anyway, so what we have is the SimuCube Sport model, which is their most affordable version at 17 Newton meters and that $1,400 US price. You've got the Pro model, which is a couple $100 more and puts out 25 Newton meters. So that's pretty comparable to what we're looking at with like the Podium DD2 wheel. And then you have the Ultimate. This thing is a monster. Seriously, this is $3,100, €3,170, Euro. So that's going to end up being, I haven't done the math on that one, probably like 3,500 US. 32 Newton meters. I don't know why anybody would really want 32 Newton meters. But what we are doing is, I mean, by their standards, the entry level. But to me, this is still quite a beast of a wheel, even though some people would refer to this as the small variation of the SimuCube Sport wheel. So now let's go ahead and unbox it. That's what we're here for. I don't know the wheel combination of what it's going to take to put a wheel on it. So that's why right now all we're going to do is just to unbox it, take a look at its parts, see what it's made of, and then we'll bring this stream to a close. Later on, we're going to go into outfitting, getting the wheel set up and getting it installed on the rig, and kind of go through there in various steps. Keep it real clean here on YouTube. So with no more delay, let's see what she's all about. And again, I gotta remind you, I do this because it's so much fun for me. So I mean, I kind of feel like if it's fun for me, then it's probably worthy of doing or having fun with. And I've had people always question unboxings and talk about them being sort of unnecessary, pointless moments, and I should remove them from the review, and I mostly have, but I enjoy these moments a little too much to just pass up on them entirely. That's just kind of how I feel about it. So anyway, let's see here. What's going on? I'm going to double check one more thing real quick. Yep, okay, cool. Everything looks good on my end. We've got our picture-in-picture. Hopefully that works. And let me just remove the top. I have a piece of tape right here. Phil was calling for a big knife. I don't want to cut myself. Oh, a little bit on the front and back as well. Oh, and we have another one right here. This thing is packaged pretty heavy. Clumsy. All right, now love the way I had that point. Tim likes unboxings. Awesome. I do too, because again, it's like Christmas, man. Nobody buys me anything for Christmas anymore. Seriously, I'm an adult. But this is Christmas. Alright, so we have a box in a box. First things first, we've got our SimuCube 2 Sport Pro Quick Start Guide. There you go, up there in Twitchverse. Put that right there. We got another box. All right. We have dual power supplies. So here's a power supply. Boom. And a keyed connection. Power supply. All right. We have another power supply. Second power supply. Boom. All right. We have a white box. We have, yes, let's go through our pieces and do this right. So let's go back to the white box. What's in the white box? Oh, I'm dropping shit. Push-ups. All right. We have a wheel adapter. That's really good news. I don't see a, yep. Is that a clamp? Nope. I don't see a part that clamps onto the shaft. I don't know what the end of the shaft looks like, but we have some wheel mount type pieces and some hardware and a pin. I'm not sure what this pin is. That's kind of interesting. And some kind of, oh, a little Wi-Fi antenna. Interesting. Wi-Fi antenna. Alright, so that's all that was in the box. And then another little something. Not sure. We'll get into that in a moment. Alright, I'll just break into this because we know we need it, right? We've got our USB with the, I call it the house on one side and a USB connection. We've got a Euro power plug. Euro power plug. I don't need that. And another Euro power plug. Fuck, we might have a problem. Houston, we might have a problem. I hope these can be replaced with Americans and the power supply is okay with that. I can't do that without contacting them. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Euro power plug. I did have an adapter, but I just left it away. And then we have our emergency stop. Emergency stop. And we have these keeping that motor nicely down. And do not eat the gel packet. Do not eat the gel packet. Now the motor itself. I'm just figuring out the best place to grab it. Heavy. Boom. Okay, let's make sure there's nothing else in the box. I don't think so. Be nice if there's some American cables, wouldn't there? American. Yeah, I don't have two adapters. I only had one, even if I had mine. It was only a single adapter. You always eat that stuff. It says don't eat it, which makes me think it must be good. All right. There we go. So, rotating shaft, little warning on top. High torque, hot surface. All right, it comes, this is snazzy. This comes with this whole rigging. It's not just a simple shaft on the end. All right, we're going to look in the instructions before we get too far into that. But that's going to be step 2 anyway when we get into figuring out what it takes to put a wheel on it, and contacting them is the next thing I need to do. Otherwise, we can't even move forward unless I verify that this power supply can be used with an American cord. I can find cords to put in it. AC/DC adapter. My eyes aren't good enough. Input 100 to 240. I think that means I'm okay. I just have to put an American plug on it. Then the output is 48 volt. I think I can just put a standard thing. Input voltage says 100 to 240. So I think I'm okay. I just need to put an American plug on it. That's what I think too. Okay, that's what I thought. So we will be able to make the next step forward. So the next step forward for me would be getting into these instructions right here, to be honest with you, and figuring out. So should we take their sticker off? Let's show you the back while I read the sticker. There's the back and all of its connecting points. We've got the power supply here and here. It looks like the emergency stop, perhaps. Nope, that's a little 6-pin. That's going to be this guy here. That's our USB. That we aren't going to be using, it looks like, in this configuration. And that's going to be the little wireless antenna, I'm assuming for a Bluetooth type wheel or something. I think there's a company that makes those for them. We'll look more into that as well. I'm okay. Excellent. We've got 2. That's what I thought too as well. Okay, so I was going to read the front here. Read instructions before use. Well, yeah. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to do that off the air. Make sure we don't screw anything up on this bad boy. Oh, this is a beautiful wheel. It's a really nice... You know, what's cool about this is, so this is the typical direct drive motor shape. But they've really done a really good job of making it look... theirs. It's unique to their shape. It's blatant direct drive. It's not a covering over it. It's not hiding the motor shape. It is the inherent design casing of a typical direct drive wheel. It's got their electronics on the back. You can see that. We were showing that off. And then on the front, I mean, this is gorgeous work up front. You don't even see the shaft. I like that. and it's coil antenna. Thank you, Tofi. So what do we feel? Do we feel, you feel the typical, it's a different feel. It's not so much notches. They're in there. They're teeny tiny little notches if you really, really have to feel them, but you'll never feel them when it's fired up. I really like this. This part here, this round circle here, does not spin. It's this inner part. The whole large shaft does. And then when we get to our adapter plates, without even getting too far ahead of ourselves, this looks like it slides down on that. Boom. And then you've got a dual adapter plate, so we just have to figure out the proper stacking order. And I think I do have a wheel that will bolt into this. So this is an adapter, no threaded holes on this. It would all be bolt in. And I believe that's going to line up with the 4 holes in the center are going to line up with that guy as an option perhaps. And then we also have this plate as well. So I'll look into that and see what wheels I have on hand that we can make work, so that we'll know that when we come back this evening, which is the game plan, we're going to come back, hopefully have the power supply cords that we need. Hopefully we're going to have a wheel option that works with this. I'll read through the instructions, get a little ahead of ourselves, make sure we're doing it right. But I'm actually not going to do any of the work. We're just going to get it all set up. So yeah, what we'll do is we're going to bring this one to a close. Again, this is the SimuCube 2 Sport. Comes with 2 power supplies. Comes with 1 emergency stop. Comes with a wheel adapter kit of some sort, a USB cord, a coil antenna, some hardware to mount your equipment, some kind of a pin. Does the pin go through there? Not sure. Devin wants me to check my PMs. Let me see what you got going on real quick, Devin. Oh well. I'm gonna have to. I'll figure that out. Thank you, Devin. We'll sort that. So yeah. Anyway, that is. Sorry about the little distraction. Devin's just got my back on certain things. So again, SimuCube 2 Sport wheelbase comes with what it's gonna need to. I mean, right now it looks like I could take any normal bolt pattern and bolt it right to it and be up and running. So I have to double check what options. I shouldn't wear an elf hat because it's Christmas. I agree. And yeah, we're going to figure out what it takes. So this evening, it'll probably be about 4:30, 5 o'clock at the latest. We'll get back on the air today. We're going to get this all dialed in with a wheel option, get it mounted up onto the Rseat chassis. And once it's all set up, we'll get the software installed and then hopefully even be able to do some driving later. So that is the goal of the day. Hopefully we can hit all those goals, all those marks, and get you entertained with it as well. So this is the Pro, not the Sport. I was told I was getting the Sport. This looks like the Sport. Let's double check that. Let's go back to our web page version. I can't see a huge visual difference. I can try to read. This is the Pro. Look at that. We got the Pro. This is 25 Newton meters. Oh, this is a wrist breaker. Wow, I thought I was getting the Sport model, you guys. That's too funny. I'm very sorry. Thank you, Phil. Thank you a million. I cannot believe that we did that. We're going to have to change some graphics. Okay, so that's one of the big differences. It comes with a dual. Thank you, Phil. I'm sure we would have gotten to that at some point. Would I have figured that out? At what point? In my correspondence with them, it was going to be a Sport model. So that's fantastic. Okay. Well, we got another big boy. We got another big boy in town. So we're going to get that all squared away. We'll get that set up for installation, get down to software, and all that good stuff as well. So anyway, that is going to do it for this one. Very excited about what we have in store for tonight. We'll kind of do the same format. we'll be live on Twitch as we get things set up, ready to go, and then we'll be live on YouTube once we're ready to get down to business, and all that'll begin probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock on Twitch, and probably about half hour to an hour after that on YouTube. We'll be doing both versions of getting the wheel installed, getting it on the rig, getting the software installed, and getting out on track. So that's going to do it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed this Christmas in November. It's Christmas in November here at the Simpit. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Be sure to subscribe, tell a friend, thumbs up, do all that good stuff. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.